Yeah, but this is where then we get a tougher toy. We're like doing resistance training with dogs. So then they put more energy and more effort into ripping that thing apart. And they get more stressed and more frustrated and more worked up. And so when we look at this, the first thing is we go, I only say what I don't like, right?
Okay.
And when we look at dogs, they only say what they don't like, and that is done through intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
And we might not like it, but it is how it is. That's how it's done. Like, he looks to intimidate and try to show, this is who I am, don't you come over and get loved by mom.
Right.
Right?
So we just have to.
We have to be like this. So when I look to step in,
okay, I just don't want him getting all that stuff.
Yeah. No, I understand. Because I want to get to this idea here. So we don't like this, right? We don't want this.
Yeah.
How I look to insert myself is my intent, my body language, my voice, sounds, my actions, and then I might get to where I have to discipline, and then I toss something at him. Okay? This is how the dog understands it. The remote collar is abstract.
Mm-hmm.
When you discipline around the neck, a lot of dogs take this as a challenge.
Exactly.
Okay? And then when we come and we have to do this and we pull it out of their mouth, this is also a challenge. They're competing against us. We actually have to make them feel like you let that go.
Yeah.
Not where we come and take it and pull it and pry it out of their mouth. Okay? So when I say what I don't like, I'm coming from a nature place where it's about connecting to them mentally and emotionally. And I need to make them feel that it's dangerous to be doing what they are doing and to retreat. And that means that we produce fear. Because fear and danger go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And fear is our friend. Fear is what is going to keep him safe. See? Fear is what keeps him safe. He says, ooh, maybe I shouldn't do this because I might get myself in trouble.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
But then we look at fear as, oh, he's so fearful and he's so scared and I just want to make him feel better and I just wish he never felt fear. Then we embolden him where we go, he's fearless.
Oh God, this is so good because she hated the fact, like when I told you that collar didn't work.
Yeah.
I just, it's like in those movies. You remember the movie Tommy Boy?
Yeah.
When she's on the boat and she goes, "I will," the kid's like, I basically did a Tommy Boy thing, and he was like, "Okay, Dad."
Yeah. So we want to make sure
and she
that
got
we
upset at that.
Yeah. No, I get that, and I get why you would get upset.
Yeah.
Because this is why we have to talk so that there's an understanding.
Okay.
Because let's look at how our society is held together. The police come around, and if someone is acting inappropriately, they will use force to however far they need to go in order to get that person to comply.
Gotcha.
So if they're not complying, and then they become a danger, they'll go as far as killing them.
Right.
Right? And don't we do that with our dogs? They're so dangerous, they're so unruly, they don't listen, we euthanize them. But it's actually execution because it's killing them because of their behavior. Not euthanasia is because an animal's suffering, they're ill, they're sick. Right?
Right.
But when we kill because of their behavior, that's execution. And so that's the highest form of discipline.
True.
So the modes that I'll use are less than that because I want them to live. But I have to teach them that there's danger, that they need to have a healthy fear of the things in this world. If I didn't have a healthy fear of my parents, I would have been a big problem. Some kids, they're already subordinate, submissive by nature. They don't want to get on your bad side. So you can say, Mommy doesn't want you doing that. Oh, I'm sorry, Mommy.
We were 0 for 2 with our boys that way. They were both strong-willed boys. Yeah. Great kids, but strong-willed.
So when I look at this, I look at, when I then step in the way I'm talking about, how does he respond to it? Does he challenge me back? Does he look to take me on? And some dogs will. And then I will have to hold my ground on that until they decide, it's not in their best interest. And that's usually very uncomfortable for us.
It is for me, for sure.
But isn't it uncomfortable seeing someone getting disciplined, but yet they did break a law? They did.
Yeah.
We'll still feel like, oh man.
Well, I don't. I mean,
Okay,
some people
so,
are.
so it's fine. So you're fine when you see someone, a human being, getting disciplined when they've done something wrong. But if a dog is getting disciplined, then that's where it's hard for you.
No, actually, I don't know. Now I'm confused, but I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I completely understand.
Yeah, because I look at, we have to understand how we think and how, because we might have to go be very uncomfortable for a period of time
Okay.
to become comfortable.
Oh, I'm not gonna be uncomfortable.
And same with the dog. We're gonna have to make him feel uncomfortable for a period of time so that he can become comfortable in a new way. Because, like, look, like, see, he's looking at challenging, and then see how he sees this as a challenge, and this is where we want to be able to.
Be patient. It's not going to happen overnight, Ed.
Oh no, this is where it can happen overnight.
Oh really? Okay. Let's let it happen overnight.
Like, so let me. Okay, so he just grabbed a hold of a squirrel, a cat. He just grabbed a hold of another dog. Do we like that? I don't. Right?
Well, I think it's adorable, right? So I thought.
But no. Let me ask. When a lion grabs a hold of a gazelle and shakes him around, do you think it's adorable?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's what's happening here.
Okay.
He is killing. Okay, this is killing. What's he trying to do right now? Rip it apart, right?
So he's not playing. He's killing.
He's killing.
He's
and you think it's cute and adorable. You go, oh my gosh, it's so cute how he's killing and practicing killing.
Get it. So I'm changing my way of thinking.
That's what I'm saying. Because if you don't change your way of thinking, you're going to stay stuck, and it's going to be so hard and difficult. You have to see this in a certain way so that it's compelling for you to change.
Well, I think it would help him too.
But that's where you guys have to see this and know, because I can live a certain way with him and he'll be fine. Mm-hmm. But if you guys can't see it and you can't get behind
she's out of
it
the
and
house,
you don't live
dog.
it, so
he's killed.
But he still doesn't listen to you.
Yeah.
And this is why, like, I want to show you, if you guys are okay with it, how I insert myself with this dog.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna first look at the sound. Hey. And I want him to let go of that thing. So now he let go of it. And now I'm going to come back.
Question.
Yeah.
While you do, I just wanted, because I will forget. Is it okay? Because ironically, I went to a pet fair when he was 6 months old.
Yeah.
Got 2 sets of little rubber things. Those things are still in perfect shape. You
Yeah.
can't. Is it? But he just gnaws on.
No,
it
he can only he can only chew on things that are related to food.
Yeah, they resemble food.
No.
Oh.
That is food.
Oh, that is food. Okay, no stress relieving.
No. Do you want him using his mouth to deal with his stress? Isn't that what he's already doing?
Okay.
He's biting other dogs, biting this.
Yeah.
Right? And so watch. Now I'm going to throw it.
Wow.
Okay? All I did was dominate. I hadn't even disciplined him yet. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't need to have a prong collar. And let's talk about that. This is his nervous system balancing out. You do not pet this. You don't feel sorry for this. You don't do anything. You have to let him go through this. He's expelling all that energy that he was using to grab a hold of that, shake that, run around, he's letting all that go right now.
Yeah.
So we don't want to interfere. This is where there's a book called Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers. Okay? And it talks about this idea where when the zebra runs away from the lion, then they'll twitch, they'll shake, they let it go. They let all that energy go. The human being, we hold on to those moments. and then we keep reliving it and replaying it, holding it on, and then we start getting more chronic health issues because we're holding on to this instead of just letting it go. Move it out of that moment. Let it go.
You sound like a therapist. Yeah.
This is what it has to be.
No, this is good because you didn't have to hang him.
No. But like I said, if he was going at a dog or grabbed a hold of another animal or whatever, and he wasn't listening, I have no problem hanging him if that's the way that I'm going to have to get through to him. But ultimately, I want to be where it's who I am. Like, this is who I am. I'm the biggest threat around. If I'm the biggest threat around, I can create peace.
Gotcha.
That's how it works.
Makes sense.
Like, this is how we get peace in our society. The threat of stepping outside of the bounds.
I got you.
Yeah.
We shame each other. See, humans, we have the ability to look inward, so we can shame and guilt and embarrass one another to create negative consequence. You can't do that with a dog because they can't look inward like us. They only look outward. So their only thing is fear of that's associated with danger. That's why they intimidate each other. They don't embarrass one another. They don't shame one another. They intimidate one another. That's what I just did. I intimidated him to where he then goes, let me let that thing go. So then, all these things. So the shaking, good. That's good. You want to see it as good. Now we let him go through that. We don't try to pick him up. We don't try to rub him up. We don't try to give him treats. We don't do any, we just let it be, okay? And so now, mine.
You say mine.
It's mine.
Okay, it is.
But you don't have to say mine. It's about my intent, my energy, my action.
Yeah.
That's the language. Not about the word and the definition. So you could go, stop. You could go, ah. You could say raspberry.
Yeah.
So
see, that's what I'm trying to tell you because she got fixated on exact words, and
This is completely different.
But that's what you need because it wasn't working, right? So what I want you to do is put them on the ground, and then I want you to just you're gonna hold your space. So no, you're gonna stay down, and then when they try to climb on you, I want you to act like that mother dog. Okay? And right here, go. Hey, don't leave me alone, or whatever. However you naturally communicate.
No.
Tell him, and then make the sound.
Okay.
No, towards him.
No.
Him, right?
Just bang it with your hand.
Yeah, hit it on the ground. Yeah, or like that. And then, but make sure you get your point across. See, you're looking at it as like, I bang this, and I'm saying, look.
Do I verbalize anything?
Hey. Hey.
No.
So, Hey. So, I'm gonna have you step up and just move over here real quick.
Okay.
Because right now we're learning. So go back and sit down.
Okay.
And then you're gonna tell him, hey, right now.
No.
Right here. Perfect. Okay? Perfect. So, look.
Let him go through it.
Yeah, no. So it's really important. What's really important is that you're thinking that you're communicating. Don't get thinking, okay, I say this, I bang that. That's not what this is about.
Okay, so
You have to think, what are you communicating right now? What do you think that mother dog was communicating with those puppies? What do you think she was saying?
I'm the boss.
But if you look at, they're all coming on to her.
My space.
What do you think? Yeah.
My space.
Like, get off me! Don't treat me like that. This is my area, my space.
My space.
Right?
I need to.
But see, you need to understand. But you need to understand what are you communicating. What are you communicating and why? But no.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. No, this is the process.
Okay, I
Like
get you.
because your mind has to get to it.
Okay.
And training it doesn't allow for our mind to go where it needs to go. So that's why I'm trying to lead and guide you there.
Thank you.
And I just find that it's funny because this is just how it is where people, their minds, like they hit this certain thing and I'm like, my mind is really connected to it, right? So I feel like it's real easy and like plain, but that's why I think it's funny because it's not like that.
I get you.
Like a lot of people, they don't know why the dog chases the toy. And then when I tell them it's a predatory thing, they go, I never thought of that. Their mind couldn't go there. But then when they see it, it's hard to unsee it. So when I'm saying you need to communicate, what I want you to be thinking is you're actually trying to get this point across that leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone, right? Because what do? They pester you.
They do.
You're trying to do work and they're all up in your space and you're like, I'm trying to do work. That's where you say, hey, I'm working. Right? I'm working. Leave me alone. I have no problem with them like wanting to lay down and chill by me, with me.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That's fine. But if I say this and then they go off and lay somewhere else, I'm fine with that too. Right? But they're too clingy to you guys. And so then, like, look at how he's now just chilling underneath this chair. He, for the longest time, has been running around doing all sorts of wild stuff, right? And then I insert myself a little bit, and now it's boom.
Okay.
Because I'm speaking their language.
Okay.
I texted both our boys. It's like, look, Chowder's, because they were both on our case about Chowder needs to.
Even my son said Mom was too easy on me.
Yeah. No, that's the thing.
It's my personality.
But that's where. Think about the mother bear. Her love for her cubs is what gets you killed. It's what gets you eaten. And so you want to make sure you integrate the assertive, dominant, predatory, aggressive side in your personality. Because if you don't, you get taken advantage of.
Okay.
You get walked all over. Literally, you're getting walked all over.
I know.
And then we have a problem. But then we also have a problem with, well, we don't want to hurt their feelings. You know, and then we get pushed around in life. We get bullied. And then we get so stressed, and a lot of times that stress will keep building and building and building. And I see a lot of people that will then get rid of their dog, or then they just go and confine him in their kennel, or they put him in another room, or they put him outside. So then, I need to work, so let me close the door. And I'm saying, no, you need to set real boundaries. This is how I feel. There are no doors and stuff in nature, gates, fences. You have to make them feel like, don't mess with me.
Yeah.
You have to hit it head on, right? And you'll do the same thing. So then if they come over and they jump up on you, don't say anything, don't feed into it, just be there, kind of blowing them off. Like, you want to think, we're good. We're all good. We're fine here. They're like, oh, I'm unsure. I'm feeling a little insecure. Like, and so I'm going to try to get you to pick me up, get you to do something, get you to submit to me. Like, I'm trying to figure out where I fit in. But we want to just be way more laid back. Like, think about just if you were to zoom out when you first got here and you were watching everything. Just think about how neurotic it looks, where you're walking around and you know, it's so chaotic, and it's so stressful, and this is why we had to have a whole conversation and kind of get to a point that I go, okay, we're at this point that now let me show you something.
You did,
right? But if I would have started like that, it doesn't work as well, because then it's more confusing, like. And then I also like to see what's happening. But what I want is, I want you to step up and walk forward, and then you'll come back to sit down. So walk to the front of the bus, and then. Oh, he was just under the chair.
He's following you now.
So now you're going to turn back around, and I want you to go back to your chair, and this is your work chair. Okay. This is your.
Hold in this?
Yeah, but I'm going to have you hold this. This is going to be a little easier for you.
Okay.
Because it's smaller. And then. You're going to sit down in your chair, and I want you to be thinking, leave me alone. I'm working, right? And you might literally say, hey, I'm working. If they start to try to pet, like right here, I'd say, I'm working.
I'm working.
Yep. And then
I'm working.
And then smack that on the chair.
I'm working.
Stand up. Yeah.
I'm working.
Yeah. And so sit back down. So if you looked at a believability factor, do you think you sound believable?
No.
Do you think you're acting believable? No.
No.
So if we look at movies, we've all seen movies, right? Have you ever seen B-rated movies?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're laughable, right?
yeah.
You're like a B-rated actor right now.
Oh, okay.
You need to become an A-lister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where we feel it. We believe
Yeah,
that you don't want to be messed with, that you want your space. Right now, but this is why we have to bring it out of you. We have to ignite this thing within you, and it's going to feel very uncomfortable and very awkward and stressful.
It is.
But it's also stressful the way that you have been living.
It is. It's horrible.
Right? So you got to bring it out of you. It's a role like that you play, okay? So, but notice that just you standing up and being like, hey, I'm working, you stand up, you're sending a message of like, get off me still. It's more subtle, right? But look at this. Look.
And is he typical as far as like responding?
Oh yeah.
That was quick.
Oh, this is how it goes.
So he won't be shaken the rest of his life.
No. But don't worry if you insert yourself and then he goes off and shakes like this. Okay. That's fine.
I know it's different for me.
Yeah, no, but this is where, when we were talking on the phone, it's like you have to understand. I have to help connect dots, right? And so that, and don't pet like that.
Oh, don't pet the old guy.
Nope, you can't. You got to think.
Yeah.
The only when you reach down to pet, what was your thinking of petting him for?
He's really old and he's.
Okay. So you feel a little sorry for him.
I was trying to connect him that it's okay.
Okay, yeah, but that's where that doesn't do that.
Okay.
So when we look at a dog doesn't feel sorry for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You've been to the vet, I'm sure, through owning dogs.
Yeah.
And when they get hurt, the vet says, make sure that they don't do anything that's gonna get them reopen the stitches or whatever. And a dog could lose its leg. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sit around going, oh, when I had 4 legs.
Yeah.
That's what a human being does. They lose a leg and they're feeling sorry for themselves because we can look inward.
Yeah.
But a dog can't. So when we start feeling sorry for them, oh, poor guy, look at him shaking. Oh, poor thing. We start creating problems.
Yeah.
So when I have a dog that's sick or injured, I live as normal as I possibly can. When my dogs start to get older, I don't give them all special treatment all of a sudden, because guess what? That creates stress, because now why is everything changing?
Yeah.
I stay consistent. This is who I am. This is how things go. But then I know limitations. Oh, this dog can't jump up in the car anymore. Let me lift you up in there.
Yeah.
But when it comes to affection, I call them over to pet. But at the beginning, I would say just kind of step back a little bit from that, so you guys can see when you pet, why you pet, how you pet, because we got to get more dialed in on when and why and where and how we're doing these things, because we want your life to open up. We want things to be less stressful for everybody. Yeah. And so now he's going through this shaking, right? He's just, oh my gosh, and that's fine. Now, what I don't want to do is sit here and just stare at him like, oh my gosh. If you feel stressed and you're worrying about this, I would recommend breathe. Don't get caught in the tension. Don't do that. Just look around.
Okay.
There's no problem here.
No, there isn't.
It's a great day. Yeah. It's a great day. It's a great day out, and there's nothing dangerous happening.
It's actually more peaceful.
It's peaceful.
In here.
That's what I'm saying. You can feel it.
Yeah, I can.
That's what I'm saying. You tap into that. It feels better.
It does.
And then we say, isn't change hard? Isn't it uncomfortable?
Yes.
So it doesn't surprise me that this is going to make him feel a little uncomfortable. It might make us feel uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. That's normal. But we have to move through that. Mm-hmm. But if I were like, oh, because it feels uncomfortable, that means it's bad, well, then I stay the way that I always am. And this is like a person that wants to get healthy. They want to lose some weight. Mm-hmm. They want to get healthy. They change their diet, they exercise, and they go, oh, this sucks. Mm-hmm. And then they just go back to their old thing. But they then say, I wish I wasn't fat and overweight. Mm-hmm. You know? but this is just, you have to go through that. And then it becomes what you do. You like what you eat. You like the activities you do.
Yeah.
But this is what
adapt.
we have to shift, and it'd be uncomfortable. But then with this guy, like if I wanted a pet, I call him over, and he needs to come all the way over to me, not where I have to reach out, all the way to me. Then I can rub him up. Then if another dog comes over, I don't go, oh, you want some loving too? I didn't call that dog over, right? So then I'm not feeding and creating a lot of unnecessary jealousy, or creating a dog to feel more assertive towards me or other, so I'm keeping the hierarchy in check.
Makes sense.
Okay? And so what we're gonna do is, I want you to then see him around other dogs, right? Because that's the main thing you're here for, is that dog thing. But
it's both. My life is hard.
Yeah, but
mainly the dogs.
But we know that like the dog thing is the biggest worry for you. But it connects into everything, like I'm saying, it connects into the relationship. So the way that your day-to-day life is going, how they annoy you when you're trying to work, this is connected to the dog issue.
I get you.
Right?
I mean, I kind of can't see it, but I know where you're going.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
And so when we look at think about that.
It's amazing. It's like great.
And then he's looking to see, how do we think? How do we feel? What's going on? And this is where we don't go, he's so confused. It's okay, buddy. Like, come here. Like, sit down. No, I don't do no obedience commands. You got to get rid of them. Do not tell him to sit. Don't tell him to down. Don't tell him to heel.
Mama dog,
Stop telling him to place.
Yeah.
Okay? It's we say what we don't like.
I figured it would take 2 or 3 times to get him to do this, but he did it the first time.
This is why I wanted to start with this, because I wanted to see how easy it was to get through to him. Because a lot of, like, he was looking like a dog that was pretty strong-willed. The way that he was acting towards you guys, and when you were trying to say something, and I thought, I'm gonna test him a bit before we look at putting dogs together. But what I saw was that for me it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah.
But these guys, I've had a lot of history with these guys being really stubborn, like really stubborn. So he was kind of looking like he fit the bill, but so far, not that stubborn. And like I said, I didn't even have to discipline him yet. This is just me dominating, but the discipline will be important. Mm-hmm. And that's like if I toss that at his back end, that notebook you got there. And it's not about looking to create pain. That's not the goal. It's actually to reach the emotion, his mind. That's what we're looking to push on. Where the prong collar and remote collar is about causing pain, which can stop behavior. Like, it's like touching the hot stove, that produces pain. Mm-hmm. And then we learn, right? But there's also emotional and mental pain, mm-hmm. where this isn't about the physical pain. This is about creating that emotional stress, so that he goes, this is dangerous. So then if we can trigger and make him feel that danger, which is associated with fear, then he goes, I should stay away from that.
He does this at home.
Yeah.
Scratch is like the older nurturer.
Yeah. And so then you'll see different personalities, mm-hmm. you know. But what I like is he's processing all of this. And that's why we're going to give him some time to let him kind of move through this before putting him into the next scenario. Okay. But any questions, any concerns, anything that
you validated, because he came across as not so much a bully, but a little brat. He behaves like a brat.
Yeah, I think that he's been being a killjoy. He wants to try to control things. He wants to insert himself. He takes up challenges. So then, like the unruly dogs you were saying, this is seen as a challenge. They're challenging me, so I'm gonna come back at them. Don't you do that to me, right?
And one thing I can, and it was purely by accident, and because he was ahead of me, he doesn't pull on the leash with me, and he did a thing where he reacted to another dog, and I didn't. For some reason, I flicked the leash, and it didn't even hurt him. It just like a little thing, and it tapped him right on his back, and he's like, "Whoa, okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it was way better, and I didn't tell her that because she's like, "That's bad."
We're not supposed to touch him.
Yeah. No, I like.
Unless he's gonna.
No, for discipline. He said
like,
you could throw something at his, the thing.
Yeah, we'll
get there.
Yeah. No, this is why, like, we also want you guys to have time to kind of settle into things, because I don't want to stack it too much where the stress builds up where you can't see clearly, right?
Yeah, he's like a different dog now.
Yeah, no, look, like his body language, everything has shifted.
All it took was one bang of the plastic.
Yeah, and this is why I want you to be able to see that we don't need the prong collar, like you don't need the remote collar.
I hate this.
Yeah, you don't need it. Like,
can I throw it away?
Yeah, for sure. And
well, what about for recall, like buzzing or something?
No. Look. The hierarchy is. I'm never focusing on recall, ever.
Okay.
It happens organically through my relationship and the way how I act.
Okay.
And so this is where a lot of times when I ask people, why do you want recall? Well, what if he chases a squirrel? I discipline him for that.
He's not going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
I discipline him for that. He wanders off or he does whatever. I tell him what I don't like. Most of the time, people are trying to call them dogs out of situations that they should be disciplining for, and setting a boundary. I had someone that works with dogs, and she said, "Scott, I myself and others could really use a recall class." And I said, "Tell me why you want to recall your dog." "Well, on the trail, like mountain bikers can be coming down, and my dog sometimes wants to go nip them." And I said, "It sounds like you don't need recall, but you need to understand why your dog's nipping and actually be able to address that issue."
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
But they're thinking, if I could recall him away, he won't be able to nip him because I say, "Come here." Right? But I want them to think, don't go nip those things. That's dangerous to do.
Right.
I want them to think that that's dangerous. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah. And so then the little one, the anxiety, what you'll find is that their stress and anxiety are going to dip.
And they won't be marking?
Oh, the reason they're marking is because they're constantly competing with one another.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You need to start, when they start challenging like that, you need to start stepping in at the beginning. Not saying they can never do these things, but you need to start stepping in and being a killjoy and stopping them. Knock it off. And getting them to stop, like I did with the toy,
Mm-hmm.
And if they start this back up, I'll show you what it looks like. But they might not. But look at how they're packing. They're kind of packing up together now.
Mm-hmm.
We're becoming more of a unit.
Oh.
Yeah, and if Scratch wasn't so deaf and blind and old, he'd be sitting there too.
And well, sometimes they just kind of keep things moving. Like that's just how it is. And this isn't a problem. I don't care. Like he's fine. But what we're seeing is that they're moving through this, and you can really see that they're moving through that, and I like that. It's nice, and then.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
It's just amazing.
Yes. And so then what will happen is they'll start to become more familiar with how to be and what the rules are and what not to do, right? So then their stress levels are going to come way down because they know the parameters. They know where they fit in. But this was like going to a house and there's no real parenting going on. And I'm not saying that you guys weren't trying, but the way you were doing it wasn't connecting. It wasn't real. So it was like there wasn't any parents, even though you were trying to do it right.
But I'm just happy because I can do it my way now.
Yeah, but
I can do it my way.
And then we also want to tie in the nurturing aspect. So because he's acting like this, now I say, hey, chill out. Like we don't need to be on him anymore. Like just that's where the softness comes out. So now I'm thinking, and so then you won't be petting him. Like you can still pet Scratch, but but I'm focused on this guy, know. And so then when we look at this nurturing side, it's not there's times where I'm gonna call him over and, hey bud, but I'm not trying to get them all riled up. I'm not trying to burn their energy. I'm not trying to, I'm just having a nice little moment, right? So then, come here. And so he's going to be a little bit more thoughtful about how he enters my space because of what I've done. And so, come here. That's fine.
Like,
and this is fine. And so, and so see, he's not coming all the way in, so I'm not touching him. Come here. Right? And so, but come here.
Let's see, he went into your space.
Yeah, you see how it comes in? And then I give a little bit, not too much, because I'm forming relationship with him. Mm-hmm. I'm letting him know who I am. I don't like this. This is how it goes. Mm-hmm. But I also am saying, look, like, if you submit to me and you're subordinate to me, then I can soften up and ease up. And but then occasionally I'm going to have to remind you again of who I am. Because then you start to think, oh, maybe I can get away with it. Maybe I can. No. I'm like this still, too. But yeah, it's being able and to see that. So then he comes up. I don't just rub him, right? But that's the habit that people have. They go, oh, he came up, let me rub him. So we'll be doing something, or people will be talking and they're feeling a little uncomfortable and they're just like rubbing their dog up. And we got to be more present. We got to be more grounded. We got to be more aware of what we're doing. But yeah, it's being able to just get on a path and then start to move down it. But yeah, no, this has gone really, really well. I tell people you want to create a Zen environment, and that's what you're just saying, right?
Oh, you use the word Zen?
Yeah. And then yeah.
No.
Yep.
Is it okay to get that close like he did?
Oh yeah.
How are you going to get him off?
And tell him to go. Go. Off. No. See, you're thinking like get off. A dog is going to be thinking so then it's like, go. So then I take this, go on.
So you didn't hit him, you just
I'm tossing it at him.
So you threw it at him, but
Yeah.
you didn't.
I'm not like you got to think of like that nip. So I'm tossing it at him, and then he's going, I don't like this. I'm out, right? So then when he jumps up there, and then I start to say get off, or I start to look like I don't want him up there, he's going to start getting off, and then I'm going to be like, it's not. I don't even have to tell him. I don't have to go for it. It's like this. My dad, we'd be doing something, and he would look at me. And I go, oh, I really shouldn't do that. But at first, he would give me that look. I didn't know what that meant. He had to go to discipline me, and then I connected to, I remember how he looked. I remember what he was saying. So then it can get real subtle where he's saying, what are you doing? And I then see it, and I go, I probably shouldn't do that. That's what it's going to become like with him. But at first, he doesn't understand it. You have to communicate in a way that then gets him.
Yeah.
So then I'm telling him, no, I'm making him feel, giving him a reason to get off, to leave that spot. So then when I say, hey, get off, then he goes, yep, yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
So it's not like I have to keep doing that forever.
Well, I would say you have to maintain the hierarchy forever. It's like mowing your yard. But like, so he might get these things, and there's a lot of things that you're not going to have to do all the time or forever, but you do have to keep them, you have to check them every once in a while, because dogs will want to climb and test boundaries, just like kids. They'll look to try to they might be doing really well, and then they start to test, and then you have to come and say, hey, you can't be doing that. So So what you want to be looking at is you gotta say, you gotta be able to communicate.
No way for little dogs.
Can I have
no.
a question before I forget?
Yeah.
Ed can be aggressive, so I'm worried that
Oh, he's right there.
I'm worried that Ed's gonna throw
No,
that
I'm not going to
hit
do
him.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
that's what I'm saying though. It's not a problem that it hits them.
No, but it'll like try to cause him pain.
No, no, no.
I don't
like,
want Eddie to do that.
Like,
I'm
look,
worried
look,
about
look,
Eddie
look,
being a
look,
bully
look,
or
look, look,
abusive.
look.
That's okay because you're not doing that to the dog.
No, no, no. Look, like
It doesn't.
you look.
Okay. See, this is where
Look.
I come in.
Go off.
Off.
Watch off. Off. And I'm gonna off. See how it's touching him? Off. And he's off. And this is
You won't get off.
because he's doubling down. That's it. That's it. Go. Go on. Go on.
Get
Go.
up.
And don't worry about it.
Let me give it a try. Let's see
Don't
if
no
he'll
no
do
no
it.
don't worry about it.
You don't
Look.
think he's just trying to?
Go.
I'm scared. I want my dad.
No, go. Go on. Go. Go on. Go on. Go. And go on.
It's not bothering me that he's not moving.
No, but it's bothering that he doesn't listen to you either. Like, so go on. And hey, go on. Go. Go on. Go. Go on. And see how he's kind of having that attitude,
Yeah,
right?
he's getting
and
that little.
go on. And so go on. Go. Go on. Go on.
Turn.
Go on.
I won't say anything.
Yeah, no. It's go. Go on. Ah. Go on. Go on. And so
But you weren't hurting him, so okay. I hear you.
so now I'm getting him retreating, okay? Like this is where you have to think he's trying to figure out.
Well, he looks like he's alive.
Yeah, and then look, I'm gonna give him the body language again. So look at how he's treating all the other dogs, right? Rah,
Yeah,
rah,
he
rah,
was
rah, rah.
defying you a little bit.
Yeah, of
too.
course. Like
Yeah.
he's holding his ground, and he's thinking, "No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to leave." Right?
I saw he was. I saw that in him.
So I'm gonna tell him again.
I could, see, the thing is that
Yeah. The thing is what?
I'll be honest with you, Dr. Like I
Yeah.
come from an abusive home, so it's a little harder for me.
Yeah, but look.
My parents weren't like yours; they were nasty.
No, but look.
So it's like,
Discipline and abuse look similar.
I guess.
So it keeps reminding you, and you think that. So then, if he says, "Hey, no," then it reminds you that's abuse.
Yeah, it does.
But that's where the problem lies, because then you don't discipline, you don't set boundaries, and then you get taken advantage of. You get walked all over, because you're thinking that it's abuse.
yeah, I am thinking
Yeah.
it's abuse.
And it
I can't
and it
help it.
and
because
it's but no, you can.
okay.
You just have associated that you think that it's abuse and bad. And so you have to think that you have to go, what am I doing? I'm saying you can't be up there. And I'm saying you can't do that.
But it's the noises and stuff that
But look.
I have to work through it. Like
No, I'm
I know. I've just
so no, what I'm saying though is that we have to look really clearly at it, because you're going, it's the noises, right? It's the noises. I don't like that he didn't get off. It reminds you.
Well, it's just like the
It
touching, the thing touching. It's like
But-
I have
but-
to work through that.
No, but I'm trying to help you here.
Thank you.
No, look. So I'm saying he needs to get off of that chair, right?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You need to get off of the chair. Go. He didn't want to listen. He says, no, I'm going to stay right here. And I'm saying, no, you need to get off that chair. So I'm having a conversation. He gets off the chair and go, and I make him go, right? So then That's a conversation. Abuse, there is no way out of it.
True. That makes sense.
There is no answer. It doesn't matter what you do, how you respond.
Yeah. I get you.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
But I have had lots of clients that said they came from an abusive background, and then when they walk me through scenarios, their dad was disciplining them. That's it. But they interpreted it as they were being abused.
Mine clearly was.
And but I'm just saying that. So
I
like,
know some people think
but
it
no,
is.
but I'm just saying that it's so easy because if now they're raising voices and if they're being more assertive, then we go, this reminds me of the past, right? And then we then say, no, stop. So here's the thing that I think is interesting too. So say someone was doing something and we felt that it was really abusive. Most people that are in that situation will do something violent and aggressive to get that other person to stop abusing that other.
Yeah, that's very common.
Isn't that? But that's how it's done now. Stop doing that. Stop. And they're willing to go to a level and try to get that person to stop. No, I'm justified because they were doing something inappropriate. And I was coming to tell them I was saving that person, helping that person.
Right.
But they came to tell that person in an assertive, dominant, aggressive way and make them feel like you shouldn't continue hitting on that person. So we when we look at the dog world, so the reason why I have made him
He's looking up the window.
So the reason why when he comes back in, I've been chasing him out is because I'm letting him know who I am. It's like, hey, you have kids and you say, go to your room. Why? Because I said so. Go to your room. But the kids, if they can't listen to me there when nothing's going wrong, how are they going to listen when something is?
I get
So if he can't listen to me and I'm saying get off of a chair, then what do you think is going to happen when there's a dog?
That makes
Right?
sense. It's
So I'm creating a relationship that he has to see the predator come out of me, so that then when he sees that, he doesn't want anything to do with that. So then what happens is he tries to figure out, how can I live so that I don't bring the predator out of me?
Okay.
Yeah, there is hope because it was my fault. I was walking scratch, and the front door must not have caught her. And I see, and he was running out, and I saw this lady. We're right near the entrance of Deschutes River Trail off Brookswood.
Yeah.
And
So he's going
he
to
came
come
up,
back in.
and so he came up and he tried to nip at this. It was sort of, I would say, a juvenile Aussie mix.
Yeah.
And the lady got horsed-hit the dog out.
So I'm giving that body language, right? And then he retreats. So I'm continuing to remind him who I am. Just like when Ricky was like standing over here and Chowder beelines in, rah, 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 at him. Right? Right? You remember that?
Yeah.
So this is why, like, the past where we got to untangle you from that so that you can see it very clearly. So I'm going, this is a problem child. He's been getting himself into all trouble. I'm reminding him of that, who I am. I'm reminding him that, you don't get all these freedoms. You can't do whatever you want. Because he's going down the wrong path.
Yeah, he's going to get himself into trouble.
Yes.
He's going to be more than
Fill you in what
annoying.
happened. I filled her in, and I got, because I was walking scratch, I'm like, I know where this is going to go, because I heard it, I didn't see it happen behind. She handled it was fine.
Yeah.
But I got over there, and I